All right, so now, just like when we did the Z distribution, the normal distribution, when we had the population standard deviation, we had a formula for sample size. And so we're going to do the same thing now when we have a population proportion. So P is. All right, they're going to give us all of this information. They're going to give us P hat. We'll be able to figure out Q hat. They're going to tell us if it's 90%, 95%, 99%, or we can use the numbers that are associated with it. They'll give us the margin of error, and then we square it. If they do not give us P hat, okay, then we automatically use 0.5. And sometimes we have to do that. Like if you're designing a study that's never been done before, then you use 0.5. Because you want to be at least 50% correct. All right. So a researcher wishes to estimate 95% confidence the proportion of people who own a home computer. Previous study showed that it was 40% with the interviewed had a computer. Sorry. The researcher wants to be accurate within 2 percentage points. So I'm going to change that to a decimal. Find the minimum sample size. All right, so P hat is 0.4, so that means that Q hat is 0.6. And then what else? Let's write down PQZ. All right, that's the formula. And see, I don't have that memorized. I had to go back and look up, which is why I don't. But I can use the formula and I can analyze the information. All right, and then, so 95 is 1.96, and then I just pop everything in. B hat is 0.4. U hat is 0.6. 1.96 for Z alpha over 2, that's a 1. E is 0.02 because it's 2%, and then we square it. I'm literally going to type in the calculator exactly like that. Parentheses 0.4, close it, open another one, parentheses 0.6, close it, open another one, 1.96 divided by 0.02 squared. Okay, like literally like that. And there's our answer, 2304.96. 2304.96. Always round up, so it's 2305. And that's how many people they need to talk to, ask, interview, so that they can be 95% sure that 40% have a computer. All right, this time let's do it when there was we didn't know it was 0.4. So we're going to do 0.5 as P hat. Q hat will also be 0.5 because 1 minus 0.5. Then we do P hat, Q hat over E. Oh, no, that's not what we do. We do Z alpha over 2. Crazy. Y'all, I make mistakes all the time. I don't know if you've noticed. And so the only difference between me and somebody else is that I never give up. A little stubborn like that. All right, and then we still wanted 95%, so it's 9.6 over and then 0.02. All right, I'm literally typing in exactly like that. Parentheses 0.5, close it, open it. Parentheses 0.5, close it. Parentheses 1.96 divided by 0.02 squared. Okay, so we get 2401. It was exactly, that's kind of weird. And so this time, if no previous study was done, we would have to do 2,401 people versus that 23,500. So like 100 more people. Let's do another one. All right, and this is, you're running a political campaign and want to make sure that you want to be 95% confident of those people who are going to vote for you, for your candidate. Okay, so you're and you want to be accurate within 3 percentage points. So we're going to pretend that there's no estimate available. Okay, and when we do that, zoom in because I already put it out. Okay, we're going to use 0.5. And then we're going to be 95% confident, so that's the 1.96. 3%, you change it to 0.03. Type it in your calculator, and so you get that 1067.11, but you always round up because you can have 0.11 of a person. Now, if you know, like, you did an estimate 6 months prior or something and you got 0.31, then you can do 0.31 for p hat, subtract from 1, so then you get 0.69. So this time you have to do 913, so which is really 914. So if you hadn't done a survey yet to figure out if your candidate would be good, and you want to be 50%, you want to like at least 50% of the people to vote for him, then you'd have to ask 1068. If you had done a previous study, then you would need to ask 914. Okay, and so this really tells you that if you don't have a previous study or previous estimate, then you need a larger sample size that very first time. All right, so Z proportion. You're given a proportion. 32 out of 50 people say that they shower 3 times a week or less. I don't know. I totally made that up because I know I have to go take a shower this morning. And then we're going to you can use the Z table if you want to, or you can just have this right here, where that error is, 8. Means it's wrong on those other videos. 258. All right, you can use these formulas, or you can just go ahead and use in the calculator. But this sample size formula, you can't use the calculator for. Like, you type your numbers in the calculator, but there's not something that will automatically take all this into consideration. All right, so this is confidence intervals. There's 3 ones that we stick with, and you are welcome to use the formulas for each, or you're welcome to use the calculator and the technology, your resources wisely. All right, so go do some practice with these. Come back and review videos as you need to, or let me know if you have any questions. Bye.